All right, today we have not one but two submissions. One was sent in and the other was dropped off at a show. 65 cards total. I know the grades. It's more about going through, well, pretty much know all the grades. It's more about going through and figuring out why they were, what they were, anything that was way off. Yeah, it was largely an experiment for different reasons, which I'll kind of get into. This was all using the, what was it, 70s and 80s specials, so $12 a card. There were a few cards that were in both submissions, but mostly different stuff. There were several of the same card in one submission. I'll explain the experiment aspect as we get into it, but the first one was 19 cards, which is this one, and like I said, I haven't opened them yet. So we can zoom out a tiny bit. So this is the 19 card one. Actually, do I have something to cut this with? Right here. All right, good enough. Take out this, which is backwards this way. Okay. All right. So we'll go from the back because at this point, I don't know. Can't remember all the grades myself. I remember 19 cards. Yeah, this was the one that was mailed in. And yeah. All right, so the first one, right. First one's a 79 Topps Earl Campbell rookie. It's a 7, and like I said, this is one that there should be some of the other order too. I mean, clearly it's OC left to right, and then this one had lots of like weird print issues on all of them. Top left corner's nicked, top right corner's nicked. I off centered, top to bottom on the back. This one either got messed up somewhere along the way, or I have no idea why I subbed it. Next one, 70 Sayers, again, OC left to right. A lot of the experiment was seeing how much they were going to care about the centering, but yeah. So the 4.5 is like, it's whatever. You can see the bottom left is banged up. OC clearly left to right, and a bit top to bottom. The back isn't. That's a pretty strict 4.5. Definitely would have had this closer to a 6. So you get with the bigger names. 79 Peyton. Same deal as the Campbell, pretty much. Though this one was definitely closer to an 8. Way closer to an 8. But it's Peyton, so you got to knock it down one, right? Newsome. I think I just showed it there. See, that one looks like a carbon copy of the Campbell centering-wise. But a little bit better on the back. That's really the only noticeable difference. 8 seems fine. That's a greater thing here. Like, you see these, like, they're really just like, not really roller marks, just like printing inefficiencies. Like, some of them have it, some of them don't. Some graders count that as an issue, some don't. Lots of 79 Topps in here. Another 8, same deal. Like, these are all like roughly the same shape. I was aiming for 8.5 or 9s, but again, mostly experiment. This one looks sharpest centering wise. Bottom left corner wasn't nicked. It's probably 8.5. Here's yeah, that was a decent one. Kind of give away the grade already. 7.5 Ryan's probably the bigger card in the sub. These are notoriously like ink blotches all over. If you could see a bit down below his name. Off center, for the back centering on this is like pretty good for 78s. This is probably the highlight of the submission, or in terms of card value, if I remember right. Another Sayers without it, like, so this one like looks like a 4.5, and yet it got a 7. We compare it to the 4.5. It's always harder to see on video than it is in person, but this 4.5 is closer to a 7. This 7's closer to a 4.5. But I mean, so what does that tell you? That they're caring clearly more about the centering by default, a lot more. PSA said it out loud, or said it explicitly, but same company. LA rookie. This one was, let me see if I could remember what the one, there was one top right corner is like a tad, if you could tell there, top right corner is like, almost looks worse on video. But yeah, Nate's pretty solid. Tad OC both ways. Really, this is definitely closer to an 8.5, but this is a more fun or interesting one, and a tougher grade too, because they get chipped up a lot, and just because, I mean, they came into starting lineups and they're off center a lot, lots of issues with them. So when I found this one and it was in the shape it was an obvious sub, but 8.5 is super solid for this. Like, it's a tiny bit, I mean, that bottom left corner is only where it's like noticeably chipped. The back is totally good. But yeah, I forgot about that one. I guess that would be the second highlight. This Jordan was for sure undergraded. I remember this one. There was probably 20 of these that I had, and this is the best of all of them. Then they got a 9, which makes 0 sense. There's not a single flaw whatsoever. Someone can leave a comment if they know a single one. But absolutely nothing wrong with it whatsoever. It seemed like I got a grader who looked at the name first and then decided to grade second, but oh, okay, I lied. So there's a tad better iron. And you see this one's more OC. Well, it's better top to bottom. It's a bit worse left to right. The back's a tad bit better. I mean, you could flip grades on these pretty easily and not know the difference. So those would be the 3. The Squin was, I mean, way OC like they all are. Not all, but the main flaw. I wouldn't have subbed it if it wasn't for the special / just seeing where they're at on centering. But, I mean, an 8's not bad. Still think it's an 8.5. There's some, the 83 tops have these weird, like, little, like, almost want to call them, like, these very light, like, bubbling type things on them. But they all have it, so this grade is another one that makes no sense. Wouldn't have subbed it for an 8.5. Yeah, I mean, just like when I sent it in, I mean, you tell me where it's off. I mean, the corners are as, I mean, I don't even know why it's not a 9.5. Like, whatever. Oh, that was the, oh, that's the F-face one, to clarify. And there's the other one with the other version. This one's the scribble. And then it got an even lower grade. And again, I wouldn't have sent, this one had at least a top left corner that's nicked a tiny bit, but clearly they're being tougher on that. This one I really don't even know why I sent. I think it's because I have a bunch of other 86 Fleers that I was deciding on. Left to right, it's off. Otherwise, it's super sharp. Again, a bit too tight on that. I mean, there's really no point in discussing it, but there's Jordan 10s and PSA holders that are worse than this. But other than being off left to right, tad bit off top to bottom, it was good. Again, largely an experiment, just like this Irving. Except a year later. Don't see where this doesn't get a 9. This Henderson looked totally flawless. There was, it's the left to right that's off just a tick. I believe that was the only thing, I guess, if you want to consider that coloring being off. But guess we could keep this up here in the top ones. And then these ones are pretty easy grades to me, and yet every single time, not every single time, but there's a lot of variance, but that's the way she goes. So did get a 10. And yeah, so these would be the 5 highlights so far. Just put the recaps up there after, but so we'll get to the other ones and try to burn through them a little bit quicker. So these were subbed in, man, they took longer than they said they would, but they were subbed in, what are we in now? Late February they were subbed. And then one was very beginning of March. I'm just gonna take out those stacks right now. This one had a lot of duplicates. Not grade-wise so much as the cards themselves. And one funny part about one of them, which I'll get to. Alright, try to burn through these quicker. 71 crew, wash, whatever, it's a really tough set. If it got a 6 or a 6.5, it'd be fine. I was just curious where they'd be at. That's a tough 5.5. That's a strict 5.5, I should say. Gibson 73. OC left to right. Otherwise, pretty good. 7s look pretty solid. Amos 73. Also, this one was pretty solid. 8. That was about in line. More 79 tops, 8.5. Don't know why. Wouldn't have subbed if I thought it wasn't a mid 9. The only thing I could think of is there being hard on the top to bottom on the back. That's the only recurring theme here, really. Sim grade. Same issue with the centering on the back. Won't give that one away already. With that said, oh no, that's not in order. Okay. So yeah, this 6, what was the other Sayers? It doesn't matter. I mean, this 6 is way OC left to right, so, I mean, it makes sense automatically that it's a 6. Otherwise, pretty good. This star was bit OC. Almost seems like a spec in there, because that's right here, that little speck seems like it seems like it might be on the card, but not on the card. In any event, that was a solid one, 8.5. Super clean on the back. The only recurring theme that I picked up, or a primary recurring theme, is that they were getting tougher on the back. This is clearly a throwaway experiment, seeing if the no-name guy would get the more generous grade, and the answer was no. Not no-name guy, but all things being considered. Not a card you're subbing for. Though, again, look, OC on the back. Same here. Cunningham looks pretty sharp. So it's way off top to bottom. But, so, this one really probably shouldn't have been subbed at all either. Another Elway experiment. Some of these I'm wondering myself why I even did them, but I mean, I already said it 100 times, experiment. Marino rookie. I think there were a couple in this sub. This one looks more like the 8, yeah, okay. It's just OC all over. That's pretty much it. There's another Marino rookie, and this one looks a tad better centering-wise, and it's a tad better grade-wise. Okay, here's a bunch in a row, the same, move these over, the same card. So they're all 72 Sayers. This one's a 7.5. If it was better left to right, probably could have gotten, if it was better left to right, I think it gets an easy 8, even maybe an 8.5. I'm not even gonna, this one's a 7. This one, I mean, there's print dots. One corner's a little off. Could easily swap those two. This corner's roughed up a bit, a 6.5. Wait, there's another, yeah. So if I had to make one guess, it's the back that they randomly got significantly tougher on. And then this one, I don't know why they put this in a sleeve, in a 5, which was the most messed up, like not even close. That was the point of this. I'm gonna do these ripkins last because there's a note about them. I didn't know there was that many of them. Okay, so lots of 83 tops, I believe, in this one. These are lots of the same card. So this Gwyn, I mean, it has all that printing issue. It's way OC, blah blah blah. 6. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily disagree. 6.5, 7 all would have made sense to me. Just wanted to see how generous they'd be with that. This one notably better all around, and then 7.5. A tiny nick on the top right, and of course it's still off centering wise, but another Gwyn. Pretty much the same as the last one, almost a carbon copy. Let's see if we could find the difference. I guess this one on the left is tiny bit better centering wise overall. Well then that's, or sorry, the one on the right. So I'd probably agree with picking 7 to 7.5 there. This one's off again. Shouldn't be better than a 7, 7.5, yeah. And another Gwyn. Get another centering issue and the print stuff up here. I think it's a 7, so it seems like once you have the blotches of printing issues, you auto get docked. This one looks way sharper than the others. Way sharper. It's an 8, which seems light. I mean, I guess it's that top left corner. An 8 seems a bit, I mean, even the back looks good. So that's a bit nitty on the grade. This one's off center again and has a print stuff, 7.5 maybe? 7, I'm not okay. Give that one away. I don't know how that one got a 7.5, not a 7, given how off it is top to bottom. I guess because the left to right's so good. Sorry, I keep getting out of focus or frame. Now we're on the bogs. Top to bottom's off, left to right's off, but not badly. 8.5 makes sense. This one, a bit chipped up here. 8, my guess. Hilarious. Let's see centering wise. I mean, it is centered better left to right. Another bogs. You can see the crazy color difference between the two. I don't know how well it'll show on the video. How much lighter? Oh yeah, it definitely does. How much lighter the one on the right is than the one on the left. Might even came from the same vending box. This is off center, top to bottom for sure. That's about it though. Could have been probably 9 otherwise. I thought it was definitely live to a 9.5 with one of those bogs. Not this one. This one's way off top to bottom. Might even be at a slant left to right too. Yeah, that makes sense. And the other key rookie 83. This one looks super sharp. Left to right off a bit. Top to bottom off just a bit. I think that's a little light. I would have said 8.5 on that. Of course, not double checking these super close, and I was just throwing darts at these. Pretty solid top to bottom. Left to right's off. 8 again. Yeah, Another Sayers. Oh, I didn't realize. I guess I must have mixed them up. I'm looking from a distance here, so what is 6? 6.5. Okay, even better. This one has a dot here, way off center, top to bottom, way off left to right. 4.5 or a 5 maybe. Yeah. And then maybe I'll just leave in the end ones. Another Sandberg that does look sharper. And an 8. And then here's the, let's see if these are all the same card. Okay, so these were all, can assure you, were the nicest, straight from vending boxes, just opened, and I of course realize and I'm fully aware that that doesn't mean anything, whether it's open this year, open in '83. But these were all like totally perfect, all of them. Like not a dimple, not a single thing. 9. I mean, I guess a tiny bit off top to bottom. 8.5. How? No idea. And again, this one's off top to bottom comparatively, and left to right a little bit. Oh, and they snuck this one in on me. This is way too nitty of a grade for this Clemens especially. I mean, these are so tough, and the only thing at all is, if you can even see it, is a slight chipping on the bottom, which is nothing compared to, this seems like the definition of a new grader getting this and being like, oh, chipping, I'm going to give it 8.5. But I mean, this is at least a 9 all day. And then there's the other Ripken, which, I mean, these were a bit more OC top to bottom than I thought, but they were all mid 9. I sent them in expecting like all 9, 9, 5, 10s. Certainly not what they got. So, yeah, there was one. I'm missing some. Oh, missed the whole stack here. I'm an idiot. I was gonna say there's several cards missing. Here's a stack of the better stuff. Some of the better stuff. So Schmidt rookie. These are a huge jump from incrementally grade-wise. So it looks like really good from the front right, and like, not that a 7's bad, but when you see the back, you'll see why. Maybe the black on black holder doesn't help. It's definitely more chipped all around than it appears. I probably would have gone, I think on a really lucky day, this is an 8, but I think this is a solid 7.5. I think, I guess top to bottom's off too. Another Ryan. This one was a wash. I mean, knew it going in that it was going to be not good. A wash meaning value-wise, no difference really between Rod and this. Andre Dawson rookie. Trying to remember if this one. It looks pretty good from here. It was an 8. Then I remembered one little thing, and yet I don't see anything. I guess up here a little bit chipped, and I think 8 was nitty on that. Henderson rookie. Off center, left to right, clearly. Top to bottom, good. And the rest of it looked really good. None of the, the back's really good. Corner's really good. I mean, I could see why they went 7 just because of the left to right centering. Baines rookie. Just basically just these print dots and all. Not really anything else. Tick off top to bottom. For sure thought it was live to, I mean, a bit off top to bottom there, but that shouldn't have impacted it. Definitely thought that was live to a 9.5. Still think it is live to a 9.5. Here's a carbon copy of the Ryan that was a 10 before, over wherever I put it, and this one's a 9.5. I guess top to bottom is off a tick. So that's what I was referencing. That They looked identical. One's 9.5, one's 10. This one is just another throw in just to see what happens. I always beat up pretty bad. But it's a Chamberlain, so yeah, that's all of them. So I guess the highlights would be the Schmidt. Not that this is a big card, the Ryan, even though it's a 10. Schmidt, the Ryan, this Henderson, this Ryan, this Jordan, this Ryan. Let's see. Yeah, so I guess those would be the primary highlights. So nothing crazy, but there you go. If you're looking for something as basis for where SGC is at right now, of course, this is during the special. Who knows if I got some new graders or whatever the case may be. But I'd say if there's one thing, it's the back centering that seemed to matter a bit extra. Otherwise, everything seemed pretty in line for the most part. I don't think I really got lucky on anything. But yeah, I guess just give the back centering a little bit more credence if you're on the edge about whether to send something in. But thanks for watching.